This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 812, 5 Interesting Ways to Tell If Your Crush is Secretly Into You, by Dr. James Stein of Luvze.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to ORD, the podcast on which I read to you from different articles that help to improve, dare I say, optimize your relationships. I am your host, Greg Audino, and today we have got another terrific post from Luvze.com about how to tell if our crushes are into us. Finally, some attention for the singles here on the show. This one may sound clickbaity, but I think you are going to be very impressed and hear some really new ideas that aren't exactly common knowledge. Very intriguing post today. So let's get right into it and start optimizing your life. 5 Interesting Ways to Tell If Your Crush is Secretly Into You, by Dr. James Stein of Luvze.com. Hey there, single people. I know my entries usually talk about marriage, couples, and breakups, but I'm dedicating this entry to you fine folks. It is not uncommon to meet during stints of singleness a person that gives you butterflies and makes you feel warm and happy inside, a crush. There are some pretty easy ways to tell if your crush likes you, if they flirt with you, if they sit near you, if they make plans with you, etc. But in 2019, many people are keen to the overt signs of romantic desire and may express their interest in using new methods. I'm going to show you 5 uncommon ways to tell if your crush is into you and how to differentiate them from a coincidence. If you can catch these behaviors, it may be time to take the leap and ask them out. Number 1. If they start using your sayings or catchphrases. People will tend to mimic the catchphrases, accents, speech rate, or even tone of someone who they want to like them. Communication accommodation theory tells us that we alter our speech to match the tone and vibe of a person who we care about. And hey, if they're trying so hard to make you like them, it may mean that they already like you. What if it's just a coincidence? Try this. Come up with something new. Some weird little verbal ism that you can try out on them. Maybe a terrible dad joke or a turn-of phrase. Say it a few times here and there, and then watch and be amazed as they pick it up. It may take a week or two, but if they like you, they may try and use that phrase to show you that they enjoy your company. Number 2. If they purposefully distinguish their speech pattern from yours. People will purposefully alter their own speech patterns in an attempt to make themselves seem more unique or desirable. This line of thought comes from the principle of scarcity, which explains that if someone possesses a rare quality, like red hair, an accent, or green eyes, it makes them more desirable. If your crush highlights their rare qualities around you, it might mean they're trying to make themselves seem unique. What if it's just a coincidence? That question can be answered very quickly. All you have to do is watch them when they're around other people. Does the same accent that they so boldly present around you fade? Do they downplay their unique qualities when they don't think you're looking? Do these behaviors pick up again when they think you're around? These are telltale signs that your crush is into you. Number 3. They mirror your actions. What is mirroring? It's a nonverbal tendency that people do both consciously and unconsciously. Like accommodation, we mirror people to put them at ease, specifically by replicating their nonverbal movements. This is not mimicking, which happens when someone copies your actions. Mirroring is more like a complementary behavior. You get up from your seat, and they cross their legs. You brush your hair back, and he or she clears his or her throat. It's a bit of a long shot, but it happens. What if it's just a coincidence? Okay, I'll admit that this one is a little harder to distinguish from the others, especially since it's often done instinctively. One way that you can respond to this is by doing some mirroring of your own. Pay close attention to your crush when talking with him or her, and purposely react to his or her nonverbal actions. If he or she crosses his or her arms, you scratch your head. If he or she stands, you lean back. I know that sounds odd, but it may go a surprisingly long way. Number 4. His or her friends think you're cool. This one is a bit more obvious, but try to pay attention to your crush's friends when you're around them. Do they push you on him or her? Do they ask you if you're single or who you're interested in? Take note, because if your crush's friends like you, a relationship with this person is much more likely to happen. What if it's just a coincidence? Who cares? When did having more friends ever hurt anyone? If you must test this theory, try and make plans with your crush's friends, purposely excluding him or her. If they try to get your crush involved, it's a good sign. Bottom line, if everyone around your crush seems to like you, he or she may see you as a potential person of interest as well. Number 5. They try to develop a routine with you. When it comes to initiating or developing relationships, people like predictability. Only once a relationship is established do people strive for something new or unique. You are unique enough on your own in the beginning of a relationship because there is likely a great deal of information that your crush doesn't know about you. If they look to have a regular day of the week where they see you, it could be an excuse to get close to you. What if it's just a coincidence? Test it out. Try and see if this person aims to associate the two of you with something. Maybe it's watching a new show every Sunday. Maybe it's meeting up to work out, or going to the dog park every Wednesday. The point is, you should watch out for acts like these that attempt to establish routine. They might be trying to create a connection. A word of caution here. Whatever you do not ask this person if the reason they're acting this way is because they like you. I don't need a scholarly source to tell you that that's a bad idea. If you're going to talk about your relationship with this person, be direct about how you feel. Don't put it all on them. The point of this article is to let you know some of the more unorthodox ways that people may intentionally or unintentionally make their feelings known. The next step for you is to make the first move. You just listened to the post titled, 5 Interesting Ways to Tell If Your Crush is Secretly Into You, by Dr. James Stein of Luvze.com. One of my favorite posts that I've read here, if I do say so myself. Quick, simple, and attention-grabbing, yet full of unique and well-researched ideas backed by psychology. And it's a masterpiece. And I would like to point out that one might also apply the contents of this article to gauge other relationships as well. If you are unsure of where you may currently stand with friends or family members, consider how these signals exist in your relationships with them. The same types of dynamics apply, so look for them. And if you are maybe one to play things close to the chest and your peers are always unsure of how you actually feel about them, then use these techniques to express yourself to them a little bit. Say one of their catchphrases, set up a routine with them, and so on. It'll go a long way. And that brings us to the end of a wonderful episode, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it too, and I hope you'll be back again tomorrow. We'll have an essential breakup recovery post waiting for you on behalf of Eddie Corbano, and you won't want to miss out. So enjoy your evening, and I will see you bright and early here on ORD, where your optimal life awaits.